Hey, what it do? It's your host D-Rock, the CEO of Trash Talk with Rock Networks, and where we can't speak vernacular, which is proper English, but over here at the networks, we like to express ourselves in this foreign language that we call trash. And like, I'm so honored today because I got my first female special guest. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that know me, D-Rock come bearing gifts. You know what I'm saying? So for you being my first very special guest, you know what I'm saying? I want to give you your roses while you can still smell them. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, I got B.Sandz in the building, yo.
Yeah.
So B.Sandz, how you feeling though? You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to catch up about. You know what I
mean? Yes, we do. I'm feeling good though. It's a beautiful day here in Charlotte in 704 back in North Carolina.
Absolutely.
I just came back from the pool, y'all, so that's why I'm wearing
this. We just left this stupid pool party, you know what I'm saying? So like
fist pumping and all. So y'all know what kind of party. People were in the pool, so y'all know what kind of party that was.
Yo, so getting straight to it though, for those who don't know, you know what I'm saying, who B.Sandz is, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's start off with where you from? Where you originally from?
I'm originally from Rockingham, North Carolina.
Rockingham, North Carolina.
And I always hesitate when people ask where I'm from. I have to first say, well, are you from North Carolina? Because if you're not, there ain't no way in hell you're going to know where Rockingham is.
That's a fact, though. And me, personally, I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. So, like, I never been to Rockingham, but, like, I heard that it gets popping out there. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to know, like, kind of, like, what was your experience just, like, growing up in, like, Rockingham?
Small country town.
Yeah.
I guess living there, I didn't know what I didn't know. Meaning, I guess I kind of, growing up, I only thought, okay, this is a small town. Mm-hmm. People go to Walmart to hang out. Right. We don't have a movie theater. We got to drive 30 minutes to the movie theater. Going to the mall was it was an all day event.
Right.
Wow. So for that, I was just kind of used to that. I really didn't know any better. So it was very slow paced life. You knew, you go to the grocery store, you see people you know.
Absolutely.
But you do have that Southern hospitality, which I didn't realize. I grew up in a town that I guess has that hospitality.
Right. So with you coming from Rocky Mount, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he said Rocky Mount. He know it's Rockingham.
That's like the nickname is Rocky Mount.
No.
That's not what they call it?
Rockingham. Nah, Rocky Mount's a whole different place.
Oh, it is?
And then they also have a Rockingham County. So it's Rockingham City in Richmond County.
Oh, in Richmond County. Mm-hmm. Oh, so I'm thinking like a whole nother place. Oh, so Rockingham.
Yeah, Rockingham.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Because it's like an hour from Fayetteville.
Absolutely. Because we passed Richmond County going to Fayetteville, like coming from Charlotte. Mm-hmm. So Rockingham.
With the racetrack and everything.
Oh, shit. I am not hip.
Yeah, let me
Matter
just say
fact,
something.
You're right, because I see the sign though. I be seeing like Rockingham sign like on the way. Damn.
And the only thing, our claim to fame from Rockingham, I'm gonna just say this: if y'all seen Talladega Nights, where Will Smith is strips butt naked on the racetrack, that is in Rockingham, North Carolina, 1 mile from my neighborhood.
Iconic. So like you being a country girl, you know what I'm saying? I be like seeing you like on the 4-wheelers more than I don't. You know what I'm saying? So how is it like? So you grew up on that on the bike life?
No, honestly, it's funny. Growing up, my mom was she didn't want us to get hurt. So there was no way she was gonna buy a 4-wheeler. The most we had was a bike.
Okay.
And so no, I actually didn't start riding 4-wheelers until I was like 20 something.
Oh shit.
My dad actually got a 4-wheeler. He was living in upstate New York where it snows all the time.
Okay.
He eventually moved back down here.
Okay.
I was like, Dad, bring that 4-wheeler. I have 2 brothers, but I'm the only one who rides it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you like the oldest out of your siblings?
No, I'm the middle.
Are you the middle?
I'm the middle.
And
neither one of your
brothers. And neither one of your brothers ride.
No,
that's crazy.
But like it's just a vibe. Put my headphones in, have my music.
Absolutely.
Y'all gonna see me zooming through my
Going
neighborhood,
crazy.
singing.
So like, do you like ride like fearless, like you like bending corners, like?
Oh well, see, the one my daddy has is a big one. It's like a hunting one, honestly.
Okay.
But I do want to get a smaller one so I can kind of like I want to be one of those sexy girls riding down.
That's going crazy.
Yeah,
turn it up.
Yes.
yeah.
I'm gonna be that girl one day. Y'all watch.
Okay. So I'm just gonna tell the people like how we met though. So I'm not gonna like disclose like the place where we was at because I still be there. You know what I'm saying? And at the time I was getting an edge up at the top of You know, fuck it. We go thug. At the top of Sky House, and at the time, I was like overcoming a financial, you know what I'm saying, crisis. You know what I'm saying. So, you know, I was busted and disgusted. I was holeless and doleless. I was like fucked up. You know what I'm saying. So that's why I was getting the edge up.
I had no idea.
Of course, you don't ever show that shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying. So I was fucked up. You know what I'm saying. So I seen you was by yourself, and I have like a admiration to people that's able to just literally just be by themselves, because we live in a world where, hey, you want to come with me, or like they always got to have somebody, but I think it's so much power in just being by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You get to see like what you putting up with, what you not putting up with, and things of that nature. So, you know, when I first seen you, I was like, yeah, she probably just visiting. Like, you know how like when you just be making up, you see somebody, you just be making up shit in your head, and that shit don't exist. You so far from the truth. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
So I'm looking at you. I'm like, yeah, she probably visiting her cousin or some shit from Miami and shit. Wrong as hell. You know what I'm saying? So you came over and you asked for a lighter, but not only did you ask for a lighter, I heard an accent. You know what I'm saying? So when I asked you like, yo, where you from? You told us where you was from. And when I heard you again, I was like, oh, she's not bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? And like ever since then, you know what I'm saying, you always been like real, you know what I'm saying? We'll tap in here and there, like, yo, I see you, you see me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you know, whenever like I met you and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, I knew that, you know, that you were like a legit solid person. You know what I'm saying? I
appreciate that.
So like you know, coming from Rocky Mountain to
Rockingham.
I don't know why I keep saying that. Cause like I really don't know what the shit.
It was Rocky Mountain, then we got Rocky Mountain.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna get Rocky Road ice cream next.
So look. So please forgive me. I'm not sorry, but so
He ain't.
so like making that transition to Charlotte. How was that though?
See, the thing about me, I came to Charlotte after I left college. So really, I got out of Rockingham as soon as I could. Like, and I had the type of parents where, when I graduated high school, it wasn't if you're going to college, it's where you're going to college.
Absolutely.
So, so I went to college in this small town near Raleigh, and then I had to do an internship, and I said, okay, I'm ready to get the hell out of Raleigh. What's the next best thing in North Carolina?
Absolutely.
In my opinion, Charlotte is the best place to live in North Carolina. The most fucking lit. Charlotte, L-I-T.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a whole page.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let me go to Charlotte, and that's where I did an internship there. And so I'd really been to Charlotte since like 2014, 15.
Okay.
So I made a lot of friends during that time. Friends that I'm glad and lucky that I still have today. I'm
Absolutely.
one of those.
Shout out to them friends that you met, because like, you know, friendship is everything. You know what I'm saying? So I heard that you mentioned college. You went to Campbell, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did my homework.
Okay.
I did my homework. You know what I'm saying? So how was college though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you leaving Rockingham to, you know, now you're in Campbell where you don't know anybody and things of that nature. So like, how was that experience?
Honestly, I was so damn excited to go to college, just because my family, especially I guess my dad, is like he's like strict on me, and I was the only girl. I was a bit rebellious. And so I wanted so much to have that freedom. I was so hating that my parents were, I don't know, helicopter parents, but they were always, you know, concerned about me.
Absolutely. And you like, yo, I got it. Like, yo, y'all raised me well. I have this. Like,
but at the time they, so I was more than ready to go to college. So that experience, it honestly was in another small town. But I guess the beautiful thing about these small towns and small places, it was a small private university, is that you meet a lot of people and you can develop those relationships. And you know more people, you see them often. And so I guess that's the beautiful thing about I guess small places. So Campbell, I still have friends from there as well. But it was a small private Christian school. It was a dry campus.
I didn't know it was a Christian school.
Yes, Christian, small. We had to like do house parties, like where all of us like. we had to do house parties, or we went to Raleigh.
Oh
which,
yeah.
Damn, because it's
I
30
had
minutes.
went to St. Augustine in Raleigh. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So.
it's like to have to drive all the way to Raleigh. You're trying to get fucked up,
Yeah,
like come
yeah,
back. It
yeah,
was just, it was such a
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So house parties was really where it was at.
Okay.
But you know, I enjoyed the time that I had there.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess all of that helps to make me who I am today.
Absolutely. And so like you going to college, like so like do you like for those who out there that's like don't know what they want to do and like would you say that like college is something that people like should experience?
I think it is crucial for them to experience that right out of high school because
yeah.
you're kind of looking for that next step and
Absolutely.
sort of like stability. You don't really know where you're going to go next. I guess college is kind of a buffer between your life with your family and your reality.
Absolutely.
You being
Absolutely. I agree.
And so you kind of it helps. It is. I just think it's crucial. It's your time to be independent and be away from your family.
For sure.
Like really test. Can you meet other people?
Absolutely.
So I really think then again, I don't necessarily think you need college these days for to get success.
Nah, you don't.
And it's crazy, and I'm learning that so much more now where I am because I'm around so much more entrepreneurs that is completely changing my mindset of how I was raised and born. Go to college, 9 to 5, get married, have kids.
That's it. That's it.
That and being around all the entrepreneurs, I'm just.
It's a new time.
Yes, but the college, I will say, college, it was very important for me. I think that really helped me a lot to mature and become more independent.
Absolutely.
And still feel like in a safe space. Your
Absolutely.
parents are still kind of, they're there, your friends, but I do think you should go to school.
Absolutely. And I feel like that, you know, like when you do experience that college life, it will let you know what your personal standard is. You know what I'm saying? So like during college, you know, you get to see like, you know, because I went to college only because my parents told me I couldn't. Because me personally, I graduated with a 1.6 GPA, and you know, for the average kid, you would think you were dumb. Like that's how the narrative people will paint if you graduate with that type of GPA. But just to show them that like, yo, I'm a genius, I just didn't apply myself. I went to 3 universities with a 1.6 GPA. So me going to that, me experiencing that, it let me know like I was really like majoring in pre-kinesiology. So yeah, so when I finally got there, I'm like, bro, this is not me. Like I was doing this for y'all. Like
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So like it'll let you know what your standard is. You know what I'm saying? Then you said like, yo, I was meeting entrepreneurs. They telling me, yo, I don't have no college degree and I'm doing this and this and you know what I'm saying? So like that's definitely beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you know, after, you know, all this that you went through like that, you know, you have went to LA. You know what I'm saying? So like what did LA like what did that teach you?
Oh, LA. So yeah, for y'all who don't know, I guess I am 32 right now. Okay, I'm 32. I'm a little older. Honestly,
you in your prime.
Okay, and then you know I'll try to embrace that. But realistically, looking back, I feel like especially as women, we try to plan our life, especially when we're younger. I feel like a lot of us want to get married. Well, I don't know. I don't know about now, but I don't know about now, but we all kind of have this plan for our life that we foresee is going to happen. So looking back, I never thought that. I don't know, like that my life would be how it is now, meaning now that I'm 32, ever since I was 15, 16 and I watched TV, something in me, I always was attracted to Los Angeles. I guess a part of me felt like people need to know who I am. I want to be famous. I need to be in LA. I need to be in that environment.
What was that though? Like that had you feeling that way, you think?
I guess because when you interact with people and they kind of keep giving you the same feedback, like, oh, you're this, like, you're really, like, you light up the room, like this, and you're kind of like, damn, dude, okay.
It's like a match that's lit within yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, yo, I'm more than this shit. You know
right.
Where you at that
like,
time.
Right. And I'm like, damn, I don't feel like there's anyone like me. And I say that very humbly. I'm very humble. I try to be
She's
very
humble, but fuck being humble, yo. Sometimes you got to pop out and show niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I just felt like I just always dreamed of being in LA. So I finally did that. I mean, it was much longer than I thought. Honestly, looking back, I do wish that I had, after graduating college from Campbell, I should have moved right out there at like 21, 22.
For sure.
But now that I am here, damn, I wish, knowing what I know now, I should have moved a long time ago. I was scared. Scared.
That's what I was saying. Because I had seen that in 2019 you actually had visited LA.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the thing is, maybe you just wasn't ready at that time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was like some trials and tribulations you had to go through for you to get that old shit off of you to, you know, like, but you know, we just gotta like understand that where we at the time is where we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like when we are where we are, we thinking like, you know, I'm supposed to be here. No, you're supposed to be where you at, because maybe it's a lesson that you haven't learned already. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So get into LA. So you're boarding. You're on the flight. You got your bags. So is your heart beating?
That wasn't even to even get to that point of I'm going to finally move to LA. Since I was 16, all of my homegirls, anyone who knew me, strangers, I would tell strangers that I want to move to LA. I want to go to LA. And even my parents, my dad not so much, but my mom would say, "Okay, well go, Brittany, go do that." But honestly, I was that girl who I know, even though you met me alone, I was a girl. I was calling all my friends. Can we go to LA this year? Let's go to LA. Can you move there with me? Let's go. Let's go. And for whatever reason, they couldn't come with me. And I'm like, well, damn, I can't go and be by myself. I don't know anyone. Like, how is that going to work?
Absolutely.
And so years kept going by. On top of that, To me, my fault is that I'm a people pleaser. And I say that because I stayed in 8-year-long relationships that were not good for me, to try to kind of see really how long it could go. I didn't want them to be disappointed in me leaving. I wanted to try to keep that together as much as I could to now I'm 30 now. So it's like, okay, damn, I have my own dreams and aspirations.
Absolutely.
I knew that I want kids and I want a family. I want 4 kids. I want a husband, but I need to get this LA shit out of my system first.
Absolutely.
And in that 8-year relationship, he was ready to settle down. I mean, come on, 8 years. Like, if the man's not ready to settle down, and you're questioning. But he was.
I couldn't even imagine being 8 years.
But that's like, it was a stress-free, it was easy.
That's beautiful.
If you can stay in a relationship for 8 years, that means it's a very easy relationship. Like, and it really was. But I realized that although he was ready, he would be like, "Are you ready this year?" Something in me knew that I have to go to LA first because I don't want to resent or regret not going. Now I have a baby and a ring, but I'm still looking out the window thinking, why? You know, what would have happened if I went to LA?
Absolutely. I'm glad you went with your intuition, because you know a lot of people, they will be comfortable and be like, you know, I got this right here. It's been 8 years. Like, at the end of the day, like, you want to leave this motherfucker with no regrets.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So boom, you land in LA.
Yeah. So I basically and get to that point, like let me just say this to anyone listening that maybe want to move to another place, but you don't have anywhere to go.
Brittany.
Let me just say,
give them that news they could use.
Go. You have to go. Don't wait on any fucking one. You don't have time to waste. I don't have time to waste. And I had waited until I was 30 to finally realize, you know what, I have to go, or else I'll never know. So after I got out of that relationship, I was in a separate relationship, and I was really running away from that, and also I was running against time. Like, time is this huge thing for me now. It's like a countdown. So once I finally decided, you know what, fuck this, I don't have any more time to waste, I'm just gonna go, and whatever the fuck happens. But I try to plan it smart.
Like, not to cut you off, like that takes so much courage. Like, everybody don't have that though. Like, yo, I will figure it out when I get there. You know, certain people have to be like, what I'm going to do here? What if this happened? What I'm going to do? Definitely have a plan and execute your plan. But you know, in life, bro, this shit, we don't know how it goes sometimes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But so for you to take that leap of faith and to leave your comfort zone,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and to actually thrive, you know what I'm saying? Because I peep you, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a big fan of B.Sandz, you know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate
that.
that.
Absolutely. So I peep you and you look like you're thriving, like you're happy, you're glowing, you know what I'm saying? So like
This is the happiest I've ever been, honestly, in my life.
that's beautiful.
It really is. And it took me letting go of that fear of people pleasing those boyfriends. What would it do if I broke up with them? How is it going to affect them? What if I leave my friends and I don't make new friends? And you just have to say fuck it and have a plan B. I will say that, because I didn't go to LA just assuming that it was going to be this magical place that I loved as much as I wanted it to be. I still had to be realistic, and I think that came me maturing over time. I'm 32. I'm like, all right, Brittany, what if you don't like it? So the way that I was like, you know what, I'm going to go out there. I'm not going to just sign a lease. I'm going to do like an Airbnb for a month, for 2 months. After 2 months, if I know I like it, I'll ship my car over here. I was renting a car. Then I'll make the permanent decisions. But I always knew I had a backup.
You had to go test that water.
Exactly. And it also helped, I don't have kids, and I don't
hold you back.
But again, me not having children, I feel like has a lot to do with how I was raised, my parents, their expectations. So that really helped me to not get caught up, or me having like accidentally getting pregnant, and then who knows if I would have left. So I don't know. In that sense, everything kind of played out how it did, but it was the best decision that I made. And knowing I booked a one-way ticket, I'm getting on my flight. I had these two huge ass check bags, and another one. I was rolling those bags through the airport, looking crazy, whatever. But I had to fit in as much cute ass clothes that I could. I know I didn't have to bring furniture. I'm going to an Airbnb. So that's literally what I did. And I was so damn scared, but I said, if I don't find out now, when will I ever find out?
Yeah, it was do or die.
Yeah.
It was do or die. What was like the atmosphere? Cuz me personally, I've been to LA, but it wasn't on no tourist shit. Like I wasn't going to visit and things of that nature. I never had a tourist experience. So I was really in the, the true LA, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of creepy to me, you know what I'm saying? Because, I done had people trying to rob us and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Because it really gets real out there.
I have experienced that, just saying, someone get robbed right in front of my very eyes.
Yeah, I mean, it happens out there. That shit's normal out there, you know?
Which is crazy, because coming from here, this is such a new world. I know it happens, but...
Yeah.
I know it happens, but I'm just not used to seeing it outside the club. These dudes running up with ski. I mean, it's a whole fucking thing.
For sure.
And coming from the fact that I didn't move back that day, I was like, damn, surely I'm just going to overlook this.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, when I had touchdown in LA, it was like, when I'm in LAX and I'm waiting for my cousins to come get me and shit like that. And I step outside, I'm like, bro, I'm in LA. You know what I'm saying? This is where Kobe was. This is where Nip from, like Snoop Dogg, like all that shit. So whenever you touch down, you know what I'm saying, what was the energy that that you knew that this is what you gonna possibly make your home?
When I touched down, that feeling that I had, honestly, it was when I got into my rental to go to my Airbnb. It really, and it was late at night. It was probably 12 o'clock midnight. But it was, that feeling was so surreal for me, because I said, I can't believe I'm in a rental right now in LA. I have all my belongings in the back with me. I don't, it was a whole moment for me by myself I was having in that car. But I was honest. I was excited, but scared.
Yeah, for sure.
Excited and scared.
So I know that when you touched down, you had linked up with Lust Models.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? What was that experience?
So Lust Models was not even my first thing. And I have to give y'all a background on this whole... If y'all don't know, he follows me on Instagram, _ B.Sandz.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna definitely drop her, at name. So.
Yeah, so he knows I do music videos. And so let me back up. Also, a big thing I want to do in LA was be in entertainment. That's what led me. I'm like, people need to know who B.Sandz is. I want to be famous in some sort of way. That was another thing that attracted me.
For those who don't know, she has appeared in artists' music videos as Mozzy. Shorty.
Shorty.
Blast, Anderson .Paak, featuring Snoop Dogg, DDG, and I want to tell you that you did your thing in that video.
DDG, I had to act.
You did your thing. I said, oh shit. I said, oh my God, get her an Oscar.
You thought I did good? Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you did amazing in that shit.
That.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just literally was looking like amazed.
I look believable, like I was
absolutely
upset.
because I didn't know you had that in you.
And that's another. I've taken some commercial class. See, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, let me finish this. I Swear Vizo featuring the baby and
I've done Kaylin for real. Lil Wayne. I wasn't Lil Wayne. What's happening, baby?
I seen that.
I mean, okay, that has to be Lil Wayne. That's. I mean, I can go home now. No,
man, when I think about Lil Wayne, bro, I see my whole childhood. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
So how was that experience, man?
That was to be in the same. Now we didn't really talk a lot, Lil Wayne, because it was damn near 3-4 in the morning. All these girls in the room. Wayne is just in and out. But it's just surreal to be in his presence. Honestly, it's like damn, Lil Wayne is right here. He's a goat, obviously.
Like arguably top 5. Me, he's my top 3, but arguably,
yes, easily
top 5. You know what I'm saying?
And I did want Meg Thee Stallion too. I don't do a lot of female videos, but I did do one with Meg. I'm still waiting to see where that one's at. But
okay.
That was dope as fuck. But
getting back to it, how'd you get into?
Yeah. So coming to LA, I knew I want to be in entertainment industry. I knew that I want to be in music videos. I want to be a video vixen. I want to be one of those hot girls in the back doing my thing. I want to do modeling. So I knew that was that was at the top of my list.
For sure.
So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking before I even moved there. I remember I moved there the last week of July. I didn't even. I'm like, damn, should I wait till August 1st? I'm like, no, bitch.
Nah, fuck it, do it now.
Why? What are you gonna waste a week in Charlotte doing? So I literally left, and I'm like, okay, like what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get in these videos? How am I gonna get casted? I literally went on Instagram, and just for any other girls who kind of want to do the same thing, I literally just went on Instagram and I looked up casting agencies Los Angeles. I make music videos, but I really put in casting agencies, and from there I found Meal Ticket, email. So anyone in LA knows that Meal Ticket does. He does all the big videos, so he's the one casting the models. They Not Like Us. He did that.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he's in that.
Oh yeah, so he really that thing. He a big deal.
He's big. I mean, because he's been in LA such a long time
For
that
sure.
He knows a lot of people in the industry. So I did not realize that I was going to audition at the biggest and the best casting agency that any girl in LA, if you want to do music videos, you want to do with E-Mills. So I literally look up casting agencies. I see, and I start following all their pages. I turn on those notifications. Like, I need to see when are y'all posting stuff,
For
if I can
sure.
audition. So
you did the work.
I kind of did some research.
Yeah,
I'm like, how the hell am I going to do this? I actually even sent some messages to some videographers or photographers.
Yeah.
I didn't get responses back, which
Absolutely.
a little discouraging, but I said, fuck it. The least you can do is try. The
Come
worst
on.
that's going to happen is they're
Come
not
on.
going to say anything,
Come
but
on.
at least I can try.
Absolutely.
So I looked up casting agencies. I saw that this Meal Ticket dude was having a casting the day after I landed.
Wow.
I said, fuck it. I got to go. I'm going to do it. I landed that day. Next day.
That's when Destiny meets opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what that was. So I went to that casting call. I landed. I said, my name is B.Sandz. I just moved here yesterday from North Carolina.
Come on.
Obviously, they know I ain't lying. I mean, I can't make up this accent. And yes, that does stand out in L.A.
Absolutely.
Everyone, that's always a conversation.
Absolutely.
Girls, you guys, where are you from?
Come on, man. They in L.A., bro. If you haven't been there, they're like gangster and hella proper. You know what I'm saying? So your shit definitely did stand out.
Yes. So I went to the casting call, and the 2 days later, they booked me for Asake. I don't know if y'all know, but he's a huge Afro beats.
That's folks that you did the Lonely video.
Yeah, Lonely at the Top. That probably is my most, maybe with What's Happening, Baby, that is probably my most viewed because he's international. He's in other countries, and I didn't realize how big he was with the Afro beats. And that was my very, very first video. So it was a big production. And that same week, my second one in the same week was a Mario, Tyga, Lil Wayne main one. And here I am. I'm like, oh, so like, my God.
Do you feel like that shit like happened instantly?
Yeah, the same 2 days after I landed, I'm like, what the fuck? That gave me the validation. Okay, you are in the right spot.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to tell y'all this. I didn't have friends going to LA, so I'm like, okay. And another thing I'm just going to say, if you're moving to a place by yourself, I don't know if you're extroverted like me. I'm very extroverted, so you have to kind of get yourself out of that box and be willing to meet and talk to anyone. So when I was in those casting call lines, I'm like, okay, these are other models. They're probably club. They probably, surely we have something in common. So I would say, I would literally say, oh, I just moved here yesterday from North Carolina. I need new friends. If y'all want to be my friends, here's my Instagram. That's literally what I had to do. And like, as soon as people have this persona.
And like, that's a form of networking. Like, like, you know, you don't have to be anti-social. Like, we all trying to do the same thing. So let's network and see who you know or I know, and we can put it together.
Exactly. Yeah. And you just kind of have to put yourself out there. And that's what I did. I just, you know, you kind of can't have any worry that they're going to judge you. Like, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. So I actually
for those who, like, care about people, who really, like, care about what people think, don't give a fuck about what nobody think, because people don't think. You know what I'm saying? So you have to literally do what the fuck is within you. You know what I'm saying?
But what feels natural. And
what feels natural.
Thankfully that felt natural. So again, some people, they might be a little introverted. So I'm just saying, you still can go and move wherever you want, but just be open to try to kind of be willing to talk to anyone, or at least people that you think. So that's kind of what I did, and that's how I met people. I met girls at the casting call. They booked me for those videos, and when I got into those videos, I learned quickly, meet other girls, because you never know. And thankfully, I didn't even know at the time. I didn't realize I was doing that, but I was networking. Now, those girls, when they need another model, like, hey, do you have friends? They'll say, hey, my friend B.Sandz can come do this. So now that's money in your pocket. That's another video. It's just, and you don't realize it. And I can now do the same for them. So that was a huge, that's kind of how I got into music videos.
So that was your stepping stone.
That was and from there, I met other girls who then introduced me to Lust Models. And Lust, just so y'all know, Lust Models is another casting agency in LA.
Shout out Lust Models.
Yeah, he's Hefe, he's from Atlanta actually. So we kind of he and I kind of related. I was the first girl from the South that he had met in LA. So we got along in that sense. And he hooked me up too. He had me booked consistently there in the beginning. So I met a lot of girls through that too. And everyone has this assumption that all the girls in LA have this certain, you know, that they're bitches or they're stuck up. Which,
like this little stigma to them where they're like better than everybody and all that shit.
Which there are some girls like that, but I can't honestly, me being from where I'm from, because it's a complete culture. The Southern hospitality, it ain't there. I'm bringing it to LA.
And B.Sandz, I could really say that you're really rooted. And what I mean by rooted is, like, you know, your roots is who you are. You know what I'm saying? And it follows you. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, bro, beautiful inside and out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And my favorite thing about you is your inside. Like, you know, you're beautiful, but it's like when you hang out with you and you really, like, get to talking about you forget about all your beauty, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the true beauty is, like, within you. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Because he's saying that because I always be having a crack up, because I'm that friend, that goofy ass bitch. I don't care. I don't care.
Give no fucks. Don't give no fucks.
But so I will say, the girls there, though, I've made so many friends there, and what I think are genuine friends. Now, there is one time this girl did fuck me over, and it had to do with my crazy ex. That's a whole nother story. We can talk about that too, because that's something
we might get into it, we might not.
But it's completely up to you. But I will say, I just want to say, for the majority, don't just assume that all the girls in LA are that way, because there are a lot of genuine girls that I would consider friends. I'm inviting them to my wedding, all of that.
Damn, that's tough. That's tough. So, a matter of fact, fuck it, let's dive into that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you were dealing with a crazy ex. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was so crazy because when I first met you, you know what I'm saying,
Y'all, what he's about to say, don't judge me, okay?
No. She was protecting her peace. You was protecting your peace. So when I first met you, you know what I'm saying, you told me your name was Jennifer. So every time I see you, hey, what's good, Jenny? Hey.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, I told him I'm Jennifer. I'm like, damn, my name's Jennifer.
Right. So I guess, you know, when you got out the situation, you was living free, living with no conscience. She had hit me up when we was just DMing and shit like that. And she was like, hey, I got something to tell you. And I'm like, something to tell me? Like, the fuck? Like, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? She was like, my name is not Jennifer. And then I see you typing and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here? So
and I'm
like,
a man. And I'm oh,
Lord. Right. So I'm like, okay. Now I don't. I'm like, well, who are you? You know what I'm saying? But all just aside, you know what I'm saying? You were into like I don't even know what type of, like, what to call that type of relationship.
Relationship. With the T on the end, not
right,
but shit.
Right. So like, for anybody that's like going through that, like, what's some advice that you could give them, like,
going through that? All right, so y'all, I gotta give you, because he's being nice, I gotta give you all the tea. I introduced myself at this location we were at this well-known place in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I was dating this guy at the time. The relationship lasted seven months. So I was in that 8-year-long relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I thought at that point, and really, he and I broke up. Just to give y'all, because 8-year relationship, you're probably thinking, damn, why aren't y'all married? What the hell happened with that?
For sure.
What happened with that? And he was a good man. He actually had a child. So I was kind of playing stepmom at that point. The mom wasn't involved.
Did that kind of like bother you that like that kid wasn't yours?
So the whole baby, that's a whole other topic, because I get very, which we can touch base on that, but for me, the situation with him was easier to deal with the fact that he had a child because the mom was not in the picture. Because when that whole situation, like, I mean, it's good for the child, for the mom, but for me, it makes me insecure.
Absolutely.
So
like,
the mom wasn't around, she wasn't in
real.
the picture. Yeah, and I felt like, damn, maybe I can kind of be this missing. I kind of wanted to be a mom figure. I know deep inside I want to be a mom. Like, I love kids, I love my god kids. So for me, it kind of came natural. So I was okay with the fact that he had a kid and the mom's not in the picture. Okay. So we go together for 8 years. He was ready to settle down, but it just, I guess it just wasn't enough for me. I was like, this cannot be enough. In a way, I don't want to say I resented the situation, but I do want my own children. I loved her to death, but I do want my own children.
Sure.
And
you have that right to want that.
Right. And so now it's like, damn, like, okay, well, when am I going to start doing things for me? Like, I'm trying to make your life easier, be there for you and her. I mean, I was cooking, cleaning, homework, hair,
all the
put
above.
her on the bus.
All the above.
And every day. And it was the same thing. I think that's what drove me crazy, because, and don't get me wrong, eventually I will be ready for that. But I feel like I had to do things first before I get to that point.
Absolutely.
So, with her, so we were in a 8 years long, and
sure.
he was loyal. That's really what kept me in that relationship.
Okay.
I didn't have to stress over shit like that.
You didn't have to worry about
I wasn't worried about that.
Yeah,
and
so
that's
like,
what kept the relationship.
You kind of got bored in that shit?
I did get bored, and honestly, nothing against him, but I'm goofy. I have to laugh. So
he was a serious nigga, like ain't shit about life funny.
Like laid back, very laid back, and I'll be the one making the jokes, whatever. But damn, I can't laugh at my jokes all day long. I need you to give me something back. So so eventually I was like, he was ready. At the time we lived in Charlotte, we had actually got a house. It's like a house with a fence and a yard and everything. We were renting.
Okay.
Right outside, like 15 minutes from uptown Charlotte.
Got you.
And he was starting this trucking business, and he says, I need to go back to Raleigh. My mom is there. She can help me with his daughter. And at the time, we were kind of like, it was getting to the point where I'd be like, hey, babe, are you coming home soon? I want to go out with my girls for drinks. And that kind of became an issue. He was like, so you're not really being a mom, like this and that. And I was like, well, like, do I get my, like, I was just saying, like, there's a reason why I don't have kids yet. It's because I want to up and go. But then,
like, I'm with you, but that's not my responsibility.
But then again, he's like, I could never say that to him, because what do you mean it's not, you're with me? Like, that's a part of me. It's that whole thing.
I dig it.
So it's very complicated. So I tried to like play both sides and balance it, but really in the end it couldn't. So he was like, hey, I'm going to have to go back to Raleigh for my trucking business. My mom's there. She can help with my daughter. And I was like, Charlotte was already getting boring for me.
Yeah.
I was looking for the next place.
Absolutely.
So I said,
Absolutely.
there's no way in hell that I can move back to Raleigh. I might as well move back to Rockingham. Was exactly what I thought. And it's literally because of that decision that we broke up, which honestly, you would think 8 years I would be sobbing on the floor. It was bittersweet it was sad because I was ending this chapter of my life that I was very comfortable. Although it was very predictable, you find comfort in that because you know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
You have security. So that was kind of okay for me. I liked the fact that, there was kids in the neighborhood playing. Like, all of that was cute.
Absolutely.
Eventually, I'm like, damn, I have
it was something.
to,
it was something in you saying like, yo,
this ain't enough, and I can't just settle, or else I'm always going to be wondering.
Because once you start to try to appease the like others, so you'll slowly feel yourself dying inside.
And that's what it was. And how can I make you happy if I'm not happy? So then it's going to start to come, and it's negative, and I like to be positive.
Absolutely.
That's really what. So that's really what ended up breaking up our relationship. We moved out of our place. We broke our lease, and then I randomly ran into this. I don't know. I want to call him Psycho. Me and my friends call him Psycho, but I'll call him Crazy to be nice.
Yeah,
it sounds better than Psycho. I ran into Crazy at Food Line. Okay, so grocery store. We randomly run into each other, and I knew this guy from before. Since you remember I moved to Charlotte for my internship. I knew him. We were kind of a thing then.
Okay.
And then I randomly run into him at that grocery store, which I'm like, that's weird as fuck.
Right,
I just broke up with the dude of 8 years. And this dude was so opposite from the guy of 8 years. Absolutely. I mean, the guy of 8 years, cool, chill, humble, low stress, not a lot, low key. The other one, gangster, assertive, affectionate, like as good as things were, he was just as crazy. But it was new, exciting. He was different. So I was like all the fuck in.
Yeah, for sure.
I was all into that relationship.
For sure.
But
so when did things start getting weird?
Yeah, so and which kind of leads to the whole Jennifer thing and why I said that because at the beginning it was all great. He showed me the best side. I mean, they're love bombing the shit out of you.
For sure.
He was showing me the best sides of him, but like eventually a month or two goes in and I start to see that he's very possessive, controlling. I'm sleeping at night. He's going through my phone, logging me out of my Instagram. He had me logged into his Instagram. That means he went into my email. He would go through my friends' messages.
Oh, shit.
It was a whole thing, and then I would wake up and he'd be questioning me. Like shit started to go south like really quick. Damn. So shit like that started happening. He's the type of guy. I started to see this side of him. The more you spend time with people,
hey, ladies, listen up,
please. He's the type of guy that I'll never forget. I was mortified. This one day we went to this gas station. I think it was like a Sheetz. They didn't make his order right, and I'm inside. He's like, just tell them to make it again. I said, well, they're gonna charge you again if you make it. He goes, what? He comes in this convenience store, and you would think normal people would be like, hey, what do you mean? Can you redo it? Flips up all of the
you like
napkins, cutlery, everything's going up in
there. You doing too much.
I'm shocked.
I've
never, ever like. Now I'm starting to see people, I'm sure, are assuming this girl's getting abused at home. What the fuck is she doing with him? Rightfully so, because he's that type. He will cause a scene because he's been locked up, and apparently some OG taught him never let someone disrespect you after. Like, if they disrespect you once, never let them disrespect you again. So he never let go of that motto. So anytime, it doesn't matter. Older women, I saw him do it. The way he treats his mother, which always pay attention to how a man treats his mother.
Absolutely, that's free game.
How
ladies.
the fuck do you think he's gonna treat you? Like,
that's free game, ladies.
And me and his mama would literally, like, I saw the way he would treat his mom, which was
so you
awful.
You had got close with his mom.
His mom, yeah. When I would go over to his house, he took care of his mom. She was staying there, but really we kind of became each other's safe space because we both felt like a victim to the way he was treating us. It eventually turned into like control, possessiveness.
So like, did you ever like break down like why he was that way?
Yes. Talking to his mom, he'd gone through a lot of trauma growing up. His the dad wasn't in the picture. And again, I hate this, but I feel like as a young boy, if your father is not in the picture, even though you could have the best mom who's trying to play both, it's just not the same.
It's
like
not.
you have to have the father there to
have
give
to.
you that. He didn't. So his father wasn't there. His mom was. She had said some very harsh words to him at one point in time, like to the point where like you won't forget this. So he holds those grudges from the childhood. He ended up getting locked
he was harboring
up.
resentment towards
Yeah,
him.
resentment, a lot of resentment and trauma, going to jail at a young age. He kind of had that whole lifestyle, which built, I guess, formed him to be the person he was, and he never got therapy. And I feel like at that age, damn, like, you know, we're 30. He was in his 30s. Go seek therapy.
No, for sure. For sure.
So yeah, he was it eventually turned really bad to the point where I was my parents lived in Rockingham. I was in Charlotte at his house. I would lie. I mean, I would have to make up and I would say, "Oh, I got to go to my parents' house this weekend."
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
and then I would go there and then I would break up with him. I'm like, "Hey, I can't do this anymore." And at this point in time, I got an apartment. Because before, when you met me at that place, I was staying at my girl's. I was couch surfing.
I'm knowing.
I wasn't, I didn't get any place because honestly, after I moved out from the 8-year relationship out of our place in Charlotte, I did not. I'm like, well, wait a minute. What do you want to do? Do you want to get another place here? Like,
Absolutely.
I knew, okay.
You were trying to figure shit out at that time.
Right. So I didn't want to make anything permanent. But once I met the crazy, I was like, okay, now I'm going to get an apartment. Like, I was all into the attention that I was, like, it was feeding the attention that I wanted. Because you would think, why the hell would I still stay with that? Because it was feeding a need for me. All my friends told me till they were black and blue. I lost friendships over that. And they would tell me, do this and that, or don't do this. But I'm the type of friend, I don't care how many times you tell me, I have to learn myself. And which it sucks because they could see it a mile away.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like, if you tell me, like, this shit right here hot, I gotta touch that shit myself.
Exactly.
Like, that's how I am.
So that's how it was. But eventually when I what was I gonna say? With Crazy, once I I moved into an apartment. Once I met him, I was head over heels. This was such a new, fresh relationship. He was love bombing the shit out of me. I moved into an apartment. And then that's whenever shit started going sour, I would lie. I would say, hey, I got to go home. He had my keys in my apartment. So now he's threatening, oh, you're going to break up. I'm going in your house. I'm fucking up all your shit. So now I can't even, like, okay. And this happened a lot. And I would, like, go, and I'm like, okay.
And, like, there was no way you can get your keys back.
Yeah, not from him. I mean, he's not going to give me those back. And at one point, girls, this is a tip. Try to look at, it's all about perspective. Try not to have tunnel vision into that relationship, but look at broader aspects. How does he treat his mom? Does he have friends? He didn't have any guy friends. How do your friends like him? Is this someone you would, and what is his behavior? Like, what is his actions showing you over the months that he's been with you? Even though he's saying this, if you look at the bigger picture, is his action still the same? So it took me, finally, I was like, you know what? This is not going to change.
Yeah, so like you snapped out of that head over here.
I snapped out of that, and it literally every time we would get upset, he's like, I'm going back to your crib right now. I'm gonna fuck it up. And this one day, I remember it was in May, so I had only been in my apartment March. Come May, he was threatening me. He was like, I'm going to come and, like, I'm going to fuck up your shit. You better move out of your shit right now. Damn. And we were on FaceTime. He was very calculated. He had all this figured out. Yeah. So we were on FaceTime. He sees me moving boxes. Damn. He's like, wait a minute. He's like, what are you doing? Like, no, you better go back upstairs and think about what you did. Yes, those are his words verbatim. Like, you ain't my fucking daddy. Anyway, but he was like, get your stuff right now. I'm like, all right, sure. And you know what I did? I hung up, called two of my homegirls. I said, I need you to go rent a U-Haul for me, please.
Right now.
Go rent a U-Haul. I have to move my shit out now. And then I made a call to the police that were right down the street because he's unpredictable. He's the type that would have stopped me if I don't get the police involved and have them literally monitoring, watching me move out. Yeah. It's not going to happen. He would fuck up my shit. He would say something to my friends. He would stab my tires. God knows. He would fuck up the He would do all of that.
Just making your life hard as hell.
So I had to call my friends and I called the police. And somehow I told him, like, my phone was updated. It really was updating. So I like was like, look, my phone's updated. I'm not going to be able to talk. Called them. They pulled up with the U-Haul. I told the cops, hey, can you please just come watch me while I move my stuff out? I just need a cop car. These motherfuckers, I didn't know it's considered domestic. These motherfuckers come deep, 2 or 3. I'm like, yo, can you just one of y'all?
It's like, yo, I'm trying to be discreet.
I just need him to see right. I don't want to blow up the fucking neighborhood. I just need him to see one cop car and he's gonna go away. Like he don't, get involved. He's been locked up enough. So I knew if the cops are there, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
she said he's been locked up enough.
No, so the last thing you want to do is be around those cops. So I literally ended up cops come, my homegirls come, and we're hauling. I'm on the 3rd floor. No elevator, y'all. No elevator. I have a big old bed to move. I tell you how I moved that.
Y'all fucking grinding.
I'm like, y'all, hurry, help me. So I'm like hauling ass up and down. I have to move a big ass bed. I literally knock on my neighbors who I know had a boyfriend. I'm like, hey, and again, you just have to not give a fuck. You need shit done. You just gotta ask.
You gotta do what you gotta do to get where you gotta go.
Literally, I was like, please, I'm really going through something right now. I'm moving my stuff. Can you please, like, do you mind just helping me and my friends, like, move this bed downstairs and get it in this U-Haul? Thankfully, he did. Shout out to you, neighbor, for doing that because I got all my shit out.
Damn,
I was able to get out of that lease. Solid. And packed up that U-Haul, left my car in Charlotte, and then drove to Rockingham that night. Made sure I wasn't getting followed. He's the type that would follow me. Thank God my people have a basement. I didn't have to pay for storage. I got everything in there, and cool. Now I don't have a place. And he was always the type that.
Did your parents know about him?
So, no, he is not someone that I told my parents.
To this day, they don't know nothing that you had to
No, what they do know is that, damn, my daughter, like, something was going on. My mom would come in and hear me yelling on the phone. She's like, why are you yelling like this? What's going on? They helped me move into my apartment, and they see I'm moving out 2 months later. I'm like, Mom, please, I need to get a U-Haul now. Like, and I'm not really explaining to them. My parents are older. They're in their 60s. They're very traditional. Like, there's no way. I have two lives. I have my life in them, and then I have my life. There's a Brittany, which is them, and there's a B.Sandz, which is who I really am. So no, I would not. I didn't tell them that. I don't want to freak my dad out. He would have fucking killed him. Like, I'm just like, look, I had to handle this myself, and that's eventually how I got out of that. I moved the fuck out.
Okay.
But even after that, I will say he still tried to fuck it up. Girls, when you break up that relationship, you always try to go back. Don't go back. I'm telling you now, because I thought, I was done with him. I moved to LA. He sends me this song. I hope you wonder where I've been, searching, find a light within. I thought I should let you know I got a thing for you, and I can't let go. He sends me that, and here I come. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, oh, the attention. I wanted to also prove, like, look at me, bitch. I'm in LA. You thought, because he made a comment to me, which is a whole nother thing. I had to deal with his psycho ex. She found my mama's Facebook page.
Oh, no. You was
Me and my mama don't even have the same last name. And she sent her a message saying, your daughter's a whore. And this girl berated the shit out of me. And I never, not one time, y'all. And again, thankfully I have self-control. I'm not the one to be fighting and shit. So I know that girl wanted a reaction to me. Not one time did I give her. I never responded to her. So, and you know what? He made that point. He said, if we break up, please don't be one of those crazy girls that chases after me.
Nigga,
do you know who I I don't even humbly. Do you know who I am? I'm not the one. I'll show you. Like, oh, chase after you, bitch. I'm 3,000 miles away in LA.
But you can't get to where I'm at.
So that's why I think low key inside of you, once you prove something, you want to hear from them. Like, damn. So that's why I entertain that. I moved to LA. A month later, he hits me up randomly, sends me that song, and I respond. And I'm like, damn. Like, I kind of did want to be like, yeah, I'm in LA. Blah blah blah. I entertained that. You know what he did? I got back cool with him. Like, he was like, "Oh, you're mine," which I'm like, "Oh, cute." But you know what happened? Shortly after that, he's like, you can't work with Hefe. You can't work with Lush. You're not going to be taking orders from a man. Like, he was like narcissistic, like a Sagittarius. But
I happen to be a Sagittarius.
Yeah, he was one of them. Okay, well, you're one of the better ones. But he literally tried to sabotage my modeling career. I mean, I cried. I'm not gonna lie. When he sent Hefe a message saying, like, threatening him, the models, he's gonna come on set. Like, he, not only that, but he sent like videos of me to Hefe along with Meal Ticket, the big one, like, and I end up running to Meal Ticket after. He's like, some guy sent me videos of you, and I was like, but he knew. He was like, I know, like, he's crazy, but he literally like tried to sabotage.
He's saying he didn't do that shit. He did that shit?
I could have like had him, like, revenge porn is what it is. I could have like dead ass went to court. I don't want to deal with that. But so I literally did go to the court to get a restraining order. But after I didn't pay him any attention to all the threats, he like left me alone.
Damn.
But it was really bad and
I know that shit was like so like hurtful, bro.
Because Hefe stopped working with me for a week.
What?
And this is when I was crying. I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. He stopped working. He was like, yo, B.Sandz, I can't keep working with, like, I got to think about the safety of my models. Like, I can't keep, you need to get rid of this dude. Hefe stopped working with me. I was fucking crying. I'm like, what am I gonna do? This is what I've been dreaming of. Like, he won. Like, I feel like my ex won. Now I don't work with Hefe. Now Hefe fucking hates me. I'm not getting booked with him. And then I'm crying, and he's upset that you crying over this dude? Were you crying? Like, it's like, bro, did you think I was gonna be happy with, like, you fucking idiot? Damn. So anyways, after that happened, I was like, yo, I have to cut this dude off all the way completely. And luckily,
so like you didn't feel like you had to cut him off like way before that shit?
I did, but then, like I said, there's something in me that needed me to have that validation that he knew. I moved to LA. I wanted to have that conversation with him after I moved, because when we got on the phone, he was like, so what, you moved to LA? And I was like, yeah, just like I told you I would. Like, I had to have that whole stupid ass moment to fulfill this thing I needed. And I got it and then some. So let me just say, girls, you don't need that validation. He's watching. Trust me, he's watching and stalking.
So like, how do you feel about dating in this generation, where there's social media, where there's 50-50, where there's like all these like false narratives of what a real relationship should consist as? So like, do you think that there's still hope in dating in this generation?
I do think there's hope, but I go for guys that are a little older. I'm 32, like I said, so he at least should be
so you like
older 20s, lower 30s.
Okay, so you like him a little seasoned, like
to 35. Yeah, because I know, like, I'm already at my mindset. And I know I want kids and family, so I need to kind of meet someone who's kind of heading in that direction. If I meet someone who's 22, they're not fucking thinking about that.
Absolutely not.
Let's not waste each other's time.
Absolutely not.
And men, unfortunately, take longer to mature than women.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
So, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, do you think, like, is a man with no money still a man of value? And you can keep it 1,000.
Yeah, okay, so
keep it a Band-Aid.
With that, with that 8-year relationship, there were financial issues. That definitely was a 50-50 relationship.
Okay. So like, did it like have you looking at him like, nigga, I ain't about to,
Yeah, because I was playing house. I was doing more than a girlfriend. I'm a wife now without the ring, which is also another thing. Do you show him you're a wife before you get the ring, or do you get the ring and then show him you're a wife? So I already showed him. I was doing all of that. I was doing all of that already, but
you showed him that I'm the real thing. Sure.
I did, and so I did feel like I do want my bills to be paid. I'm doing all of this, like, I expected that, but it was a 50-50 relationship, and I was okay with dealing for that for so long because of the loyalty. So it is so damn hard to find someone loyal that once you do, the finance, it's still important, but
absolutely. Damn,
you're like, well, do you want someone rich that cheats on you, or someone that's
Oh, that's a good question. So
or it's like, or deal with someone that doesn't have money but he's loyal to you. You're not gonna be out here looking fucking stupid because he's gonna be.
Yeah.
So and that's what I find. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. In that 8-year relationship, one day he cleaned my car and he filled it up with gas and he brought it home and he's like, "Oh, I did this." I was shocked. I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." And he was like, okay, all the girls, especially my friends, they were like, "This bitch, your standards are to the fucking floor." Okay, like, wow, he got you but yes, it was to that point because I wasn't getting that before. I got used to not getting that. I'm like, well, he doesn't have but. What I literally was in that relationship for love, okay, and so that is why I looked over that day when he came. He had my gas. It was like holy shit, and he was like, "What? I'm not. You like I'm not gonna do this again." Did he ever do it again? No.
Absolutely.
Which is
not.
why that I appreciated the fact that he did that. So once I got out of that relationship, I start talking to my girls who do have, I guess, higher standards, whatever. I'm realizing, okay, I don't want a 50-50 relationship. I want the man to be a provider. So I definitely would want in a marriage, I want him taking care of I really want him taking care of most of the bills.
Fuck it, say it, all of them.
I do.
All of them.
And on my birthdays, I want those designer pocketbooks. I want designer things.
Yo, I mean, you deserve. I mean, you know, if that's what you feel like you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you know, attracting, gravitating towards. So there's nothing wrong with having that shit. Like, I hate when, like, you know, people like want to like dim their lights because motherfuckers don't have because they don't have the same desire. Nah, if you want them penthouses, if you want them 5-star dinners, you are able to attain that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, yeah, for sure, you want what you want.
Yeah. You know so but back to the 50. So I will say my ideal marriage or dating, I would want the man to take care of most of the bills. I want him taking care of me, but if of course I'm gonna have a job too, I also will, you know, I don't want to say here and there, but I'll also like take care of you too. But I want the man to be a provider. I've been there, done the 50-50. I did that
for sure. And like you're talking from experience, so like, that's a legit source. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna go ahead and you know end this out. So what would the 32-year-old Brittany advise? Like, you know, what advice would the 32-year-old Brittany give the 21-year-old Brittany?
And it sounds so cliche, but
for sure.
Literally, whatever you feel like, this LA thing that kept coming in. I mean, it was a whole thing, and I should have looked at the bigger picture like that. Okay, Brittany, this is clearly something that you want. I should have reached for or tried to go to LA a lot sooner than I did. I just feel like now that I'm at 32, I'm not married, I don't have kids, that time is, I don't want to say I wasted it because you said everything happens for a reason, I guess, which is true. Absolutely. But I do still feel like, damn, had I moved there in 21, what would my life have been? Absolutely. But then again, had I moved there in 21, maybe I would have been more vulnerable versus 32, being in the industry in LA.
More polished.
I swear, because all of them, it's all about, I swear, them girls doing bumps here and there. You want to bump? I'm like, no, girl, can we get some Starbucks? Like, I'm not used to, that's a whole other topic. The culture, the nightlife, I'm not used to all of that. Maybe if I was 21.
That's how I was in Miami. I had to get the fuck up out of there.
Yeah, it's easy to fall into that. Absolutely. Had I been 21, maybe I would have been more vulnerable. So I'm like, nah, girl, I'm good. I don't give a damn if you think I'm cool. I don't give a fuck. I'm good on that. Because if I see myself doing that, please someone slap the shit out of me, because what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like,
me personally, you know, people would do okay, cool for y'all, but
nah, for sure though.
But yeah, I would have. Okay, so my advice would have been just whatever that gut instinct was. There's a reason you have that gut instinct. You go for it. Absolutely. and try to be open when you make these new ventures. Like, try to be open and welcome things, you know, in your life that maybe you didn't know would have been there had you not gone.
Absolutely, because, you know, like my boy, I'm from Fayetteville, like my boy J. Cole say, how the fuck we gonna get rich if we never take risks?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So take that risk, leave your hometown, kiss your mom, tell her, hey, mom, I'll be back when I could buy you that house.
Exactly.
Hey, pops, I'll be back when I get you your dream car. I got work to go do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So B.Sandz, yo, it was a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? You could have been anywhere in the fucking world, but you chose to be in Trash
Come
Talk
on,
with
now I
Rock
need to be
Network.
with Rock.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
dog,
And he got my beautiful flowers.
Let's go, man. You know how we do, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me, though. I love it.
Absolutely. Ooh, that sounds good.